You're very kind.
It's all for you. I'm not hungry. Please, go ahead. You eat like a bird.
You'd know, of course.
No, not really. You know, I hear that expression that one eats like a bird is really a falsie. I mean a falsity, because birds actually eat a tremendous lot. I don't really know anything about birds. My hobby is stuffing things, taxidermy. And I guess I prefer to stuff birds because, well, I hate the look of beasts when they're stuffed. Foxes, chimps. Some people stuff dogs and cats, but I can't do that. No, I think only birds look well stuffed because they're rather passive to begin with. Most of them.
It's a strange hobby. Curious. I mean,
Uncommon, too.
I imagine so.
It's not as expensive as you'd think. It's cheap, really. Needle, threads, and sawdust. The chemicals are all that cost anything.
A man should have a hobby.
It's more than a hobby, sometimes. A hobby is supposed to pass the time, not fill it.
Is your time so empty?
Oh, no. I manage the office and tend to the cabins and the grounds, and I do chores for Mother, the ones she assumes that I would be capable of.
You go out with friends?
Friends? Who needs friends? A boy's best friend is his mother. You've probably never had an empty moment in your entire life, have you?
Only my share.
Where are you going? I don't mean to pry.
I'm looking for a private island.
What are you running away from?
Why do you ask that?
No, nobody runs away from anything. That rain didn't last long. Do you know what I think? I think we're all in our own private traps, kind of clamped in them. We scratch and claw, but only at the air and at each other. And for all of it, we never budge an inch.
Sometimes we deliberately step into those traps.
I was born into mine. I don't mind it anymore.
You should mind it.
Oh, yeah, no, I do. But I say I don't.
If anyone ever spoke to me the way she spoke to you, I don't think I could ever laugh again.
Sometimes when she talks that way to me, I wish I could just curse her out and leave her forever. Or at least defy her. But I couldn't. She's ill.
She sounded strong.
I mean, ill. She had to raise me by herself after my father died. I was only 5, and it must have been a strain on her. I mean, she didn't have to work or anything. Father left us with a little something. But anyway, about a year ago, Mother met a man. He talked her into building this motel. Could have talked her into doing anything. But it was just too much for her when he died, too, and the way that he died. But, oh, this is nothing to talk about while you're eating. Anyway, it was just too much for her. She had nothing left.
Except you.
The son is a poor substitute for a lover.
Why don't you go away?
To a private island like you?
No, not like me.
It's too late for me. Well, and besides, I mean, who would look after her? She'd be all alone in that house. The lights would go out, damp and cold. It's like a grave. I mean, when you love someone, you don't do that to them, even if you do hate them. But I don't hate her. I hate what she's become. I hate the illness.
Wouldn't it be better if you put her in someplace?
An institution? A madhouse? People always call a madhouse someplace. Put her in someplace.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound uncaring.
Uncaring? I mean, have you ever been to one of those places inside? Laughter and tears and cruel eyes studying you, and my mother in there? Why? Has she harmed you? She's as harmless as one of those stuffed birds.
I'm sorry. I only felt... It seemed she was harming you. I meant...
Well? You meant well? People always mean well. They wag their thick tongues and they shake their heads and they suggest so very delicately that... I've suggested it too, of course. But I hate to think of such a thing. I mean, she needs me. And it isn't as if she's some raving thing, some maniac. She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?
Yes. And just one time can be enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Norman.
Norman.
Are you going to your room already?
I'm very tired. And I'll have a long drive tomorrow, all the way back to Phoenix.
Phoenix?
I stepped into a private trap back there, and I want to go back and try to pull myself out. Before it's too late for me to.
Couldn't you stay just for talking?
I'd like to, but...
All right. Well, I'll see you in the morning. I'll be bringing you your breakfast. What time?
Very early. Dawn.
All right. Miss,
Crane.
Right.
Good night.